Hello and welcome to Homorazzi. It's been a while, so before we get to today's topics, we're going to catch up with the boys. So Tommy, you first. What's new with you?
Well, I've had a very difficult 2 months. I felt like everything just kind of was thrown in the air and didn't know where it was going to land.
Full-on sex change.
Yeah, completely.
I knew it.
No, it was, I mean, just with work, we had our Saturday night, venue change, and the venue was being a real bunch of jerks in the first one, then we had to move. Then I got notice that we had to move out of my apartment and all this stuff, and yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a big secret, but they sold our apartment, so we found something new, and everything is just starting to settle.
Okay, Adam, you mentioned last time that you were signing up for softball. Have you guys started yet?
No, that happens this weekend, so we are going to go to some draft. Landon and I have been ducking out. A friend and I are joining of the practices.
You missed it because it was raining, was it?
It was pouring, calm down, and Landon got some sort of slut flu, and I'm still getting over this, and my doctor was like, really, 6 weeks, like you're gonna play baseball like right on the day you're allowed to, so I wasn't really recommended to go to them. So instead we just have this like drunk draft that you do on Saturday, and you just get wasted and find out which team you're gonna be on. So.
I don't know why you have one of the best excuses to not do anything, and you're choosing to do so many physical things.
I know, if I was at bottom, it would be the easiest thing. I would just like Patrick and just like lie there and be like, I can't, it's my start. And you, Patrick, what's going on?
There's not that much with me, but the big thing that happened the last couple of weeks was my birthday, which a lot of people came out for. You guys were there, and we ended up at your event.
Oh, yeah.
I barely remember it.
Well, enough about us. We're going to talk about some gossip now, and the first one on the list is one of our least favorite people to talk about, and that's Chris Brown.
But something good finally happened.
Yes.
He is in jail.
Good for us, bad for him.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe it's good for him. So the whole thing was he messed up his probation, and the judge was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my time seeing you. So he has to spend a month in jail. He's not gonna see the judge until April something.
Like a normal person has to go through. This isn't the expedited famous person process anymore. Plus, his lawyer tried to get him into another rehab, like the third, but he got kicked out for saying, I'm getting great with guns.
Guns and knives!
Seriously.
Okay, well, somebody else that we're going to talk about now is Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Well, okay, we're talking two of my favorite people, but we're
Yeah.
actually gonna talk about Kim and Kanye.
Yeah, but what a little bit of shade that Beyonce's kind of supposedly throwing towards.
No, she's throwing it. So the whole drama is that Kim and Kanye are getting married. I'm gonna believe it when I see it. They're engaged. They have set a date. It's probably gonna be in May. And
Going to be on their show.
it's gonna be on the show. And Beyonce doesn't want to go. She's saying it's because of the cameras and stuff, which I understand, but I personally think Beyonce hates her.
Oh, do you?
So it's so funny when you see the four of them sitting like side by side on a runway. What'd you laugh? What's so funny? Did you just picture it?
No, I'm picturing that happening.
The three of them are always so like prestigious, and then there's fucking Kim Kardashian and her fat ass. Yeah.
So Beyonce's been calling the wedding like
Tacky, right?
Yeah, it is tacky.
Yeah, but you don't say that.
Oh my God, I'm good for her for saying it. She hates her. I know she's probably like, ugh, God.
She's living authentically, so go for it.
Okay, well, we'll move on from music gossip to actual music. And the first video up is Kylie Minogue's Sexercise video. Take a look.
My mind is fantasy. Let me see you sexercise. I wanna see you beat all your best times. And if you're lucky, I'ma teach you fast to turn you right. Exercise. Come on, baby. Exercise. Feel the burn. Exercise. Let me see you take it down to the ground. Let me see you pick it up. Let me see you bounce, 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 bounce. Let me see you exercise. Come on, baby. Exercise.
I love Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
I love this video. I love the fact that she's 40-something years old.
45 or something.
And she looks better than any 20-year-old out there right now.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know what it is about her, but I kind of feel like, I think it's the whole thing with why she hasn't broken in North America. You forget about her. I forget how good she is, and then I hear a song and I'm like, oh yeah, she's so good.
You're not gay. Most gays remember
Oh no,
her really
I do know her, but I just kind of feel like I forget how good she is. Does that make sense? Like
Well,
I know her
she's not in
songs.
tabloids. She's not on TV shows. She's just there for music.
She's kept it classy, and
Yeah.
I mean that comes across in the video as well. Like it's super sexy, but it's no. I would say that
I don't know if classy is the word.
if you're gonna do that kind of video and the video's called Sexercise, there's got to be some sex to it. And I think that she didn't get raunchy, but it's like it's shapes and silhouettes and
it was
like,
cute. She used like exercise.
Those exercise balls have never been sexier than this video.
True.
All I can think is the Jamie Lee Curtis like wet hair.
Oh,
whip it
from
back,
True Lies?
and I'm dying every time. Can you think of it now? Just picturing that, and she looks so good in it. And like, she's drenched and she's sweaty, and I'm sure, I know it's 1,000,000 pounds of makeup, but she still looks so
I love her. I really love her, and her album is out now, and it's getting, like, I love it. A lot of people are buying it. It's getting good reviews, so, I mean, good for Kylie.
Okay, moving on. We're going to talk about Jennifer Lopez's video with French Montana called I Love Ya, Puppy.
If you wanna kill the body, gotta start with the head. Put it on you, I'ma need about 4, 5 bits. Cause I love my puppy. I didn't see it, but I see it now. Think I love you, and I need you now. Ain't had nothing like you in a while. I love you, puppy. I love you, puppy. I love you, love you, love you, puppy. I love you, puppy. I love you, love you, love you, puppy. I love you, puppy. I love you, love you, love you, puppy. Yeah, that's my puppy. I love you, love you, love you, puppy. Down for a brother like you. Give it to you right in the car.
I literally think she says I love you, puppy, in this video. That I'm listening to.
Puppy?
I know
love
they
you,
joke
puppy?
like everyone's gonna
Well, it
think
also
you.
sounds like Lollipoppy or something.
It's hard to understand. This is not my favorite video.
Really?
No.
Okay, I took a long time to even watch this video, so I was surprised when you suggested it. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it sounds like it's going to be an awful song.
Okay, so the whole point of this video was they wanted to treat the guys how the women are treated in, like, these hip-hop videos.
Like Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines.
This is the gayest video I have ever seen in my entire life. I'm watching it and I'm like, how can any woman think these men are straight? They are so manicured, they are in the best shape ever, and they're dancing like a girl. Like, it's just so, I love it. I think it's a really good video.
I don't think they meant that, and that's where my issue is. I think it's just bullshit, and it's guys they dragged from White Party to show up for a music video,
Yeah.
and girls are gonna be like
it's-
drooling, and it's not.
It's just,
I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot
Yeah.
because we liked it a lot
And
because it was
no,
so
not
gay.
Not even because of that either. It
Yes,
was
you did.
a throwback to some of like her old videos where just the
That's
dancing
true.
with her 2 backup dancers
And the big
the way she's
sunglasses.
dressed and stuff, and her big
I
sunglasses.
love her
and-
sunglasses.
all right, we've got one more video to talk about, and it's called #selfie by the Chainsmokers. Take a look.
Can you guys help me pick a filter? I don't know if I should go with Xchoco Valencia. I want to look tan. What should my caption be? I want it to be clever. How about living with my bitches, #live. I only got 10 likes in the last 5 minutes. Do you think I should take it down? Let me take another selfie.
Okay, so this video came out at the end of January, and it's now just blowing up and it's going viral.
I didn't even know about this song
Neither did
until
I.
last week when we were setting up and I heard this song in the background. I was like, what is this? I feel like they're listening into a conversation we have in the bathroom.
Was some 22-year-old playing it? I'm hearing this from like the youngest people I know. No 35-year-old person is bringing this song to me. No offense, but it's too. I mean, it's funny. It is.
This
what
is the
we
thing with the
say.
song is the song is not groundbreaking.
No.
The song is not going to win any awards.
No.
This is one of the dumbest songs I've ever heard in my entire life. However, it's so funny.
Yes,
Like it's so funny, and you can't. I hate people who are like this song. Like f***ing relax.
Yeah.
You need to stop taking everything so seriously and just enjoy for what it is. Like it's hilarious.
No, so let's talk to the king of selfies himself.
Oh,
and,
shut up. He does it as well.
my selfie game is on point.
I hate selfies, and I like that this video makes fun of you people. So
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
but it's just the whole conversation and with this just
That's
happening in the
cute,
bars
yeah.
is
That
hysterical.
chick's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all we have for music. When we come back, we're going to move on to movies.
I'm shocked you even came to this. I knew you'd be here. You've been sitting there since graduation, haven't you?
Veronica Mars.
Look who it is! Most likely to blog in class buzzkill.
You are just who I was looking for, most likely to know where I can find the bar. Gross. No.
Veronica, this is the whole case file. How'd you get this? Sure you know breaking and entering is a felony?
Come on. I knew the felonies before I knew the state capitals.
So, you gonna ask if I did it?
I wouldn't be here if I thought you did.
America thinks he's guilty, and that's good enough for me.
All right, so that was the trailer for Veronica Mars, which is now out.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this one for a while. So
Can we
clearly.
talk about your shirt? Thank you.
So I picked up the show over the holidays, over Christmas, and I watched the whole thing, the whole 3 seasons in like 2 weeks, and I was salivating for this movie. I jumped on this bandwagon so late. I know
Yes.
you were on
From
it
the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yep.
One of the greatest television shows.
One of the greatest characters.
One of the greatest female characters.
Yes.
It's like, it's on the same kind of level as a Buffy, except I kind of like Veronica more because she's smarter than
Yes,
Buffy.
yes.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's the point of her.
Yeah. So, so the movie came out, and this was the movie is about 10 years after her graduation. Now you've seen it. We've all seen it, right?
I saw it. I didn't watch the series, but I watched the movie.
So how did you feel about the movie not watching the series?
I mean, I liked it. I feel like I missed out in watching the series
Oh, God,
because I enjoy the characters and she's great and I like that kind of movie, just an investigator kind of thing. But I think I didn't pick up on the like, oh wow, this person just walked in and this is what they're doing and this is the update on that person. So, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. Like you can still watch it without having watched the series.
Definitely. So what did you feel about this? Now, someone who knows the show, what did you feel about this? Because out of a rating of 5, I give this movie a 4.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
It's not a 5. It's certainly not a 3. The jokes were on. It was funny. I loved her character. I
wish the mystery was a little bit more.
I would say the action parts, when there weirdly were intense.
Yeah.
Like, I was driven by those parts that you didn't expect, and the suspense and the thriller was great.
Yeah.
The mystery was not as convoluted, but the series takes like 4 seasons to say who killed her best friend. So you can, it's too hard to do, and it's too much to live up to, but they did a good job.
If anyone who's watched the series needs to watch this movie, I really hope they make a sequel. I think they will. I would love Netflix to just pick this up and just make a series again.
Okay, let's move on to the next movie, and it's a movie called Divergent that's getting a lot of promotion, so let's take a look.
There are 2 stages of training. The first is physical. Push your bodies to the breaking point. You're never gonna win, not like that.
It's good to know.
Keep tension here, okay? The second is mental. Face your worst fears and conquer them.
You made a mistake choosing Thomas. He'll find out about you.
Okay, so what's it even about?
So the story is about this girl named Triss who is coming of age and she turns 16. And when you're 16 in this new world, you get to choose if you want to stay with your family or if you want to go live with like another part of this society. There's 5 different parts of the society, each value a different thing. Now, the whole reason this is called Divergent is every once in a while there are some that are divergent that actually don't belong to anything, that belong to everything. And she's one of them.
Okay.
Kate Winslet is going to be perfect.
I didn't realize she was in this until
Ooh,
I
and
saw it.
she's a villain.
I'm good about
I
that.
don't think I've seen her as
She's
a
a
villain before.
villain. No, this is the first time I was watching Ellen, and she was saying this is the first time she's
She
ever
was
played
kind of a bitch
villain.
on Titanic, but hey, that's just
Well,
me.
she wasn't a villain.
She just like
Throwing
let him go
that
and
necklace?
everything.
Seriously?
Let him
Get off my
drown.
goddamn rafts.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go see this. I'm very excited to see it. I don't have high hopes.
You shouldn't.
All right, well, let's move on to the last movie, and that is Noah. Take a look.
He speaks to you. You must trust that he speaks in a way that you can understand.
I saw water. Death by water. And I saw new life. A great flood is coming. We build a vessel to survive the storm. We build an ark.
Mama! Them!
Put more money into a movie. This is like the blockbuster of the summer, or whatever I'm sure this is supposed to be. I'm not watching this in theaters.
Russell Crowe, Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
I'm
cool.
so torn because I absolutely loathe Russell Crowe, but I love Emma Watson. So I'm just like, what am I going to do? I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Should I go see it? Should I not? I don't really know. I mean,
watching the trailer, she's in it for like a hot second, so I can't imagine she's a big part of this movie.
well, she's his daughter.
I get that, but he's the name.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see this. I kind of don't like Bible movies because they're always such a crock of shit.
Patrick is like right here.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, I've actually heard there's a lot of controversy between all sorts of religions about what, like, or people within each religion as to whether they should watch it or not. Okay, well, we're not going to get into that. That's the last movie that we're going to talk about, and when we come back, we're going to move on to TV.
I gave you that money. Now you get me my daughter back.
You're not like the others. We're just getting started.
To save their children.
Do not comply with any demands.
We do what they want, we get our kids back.
They'll be forced to do the impossible.
Please don't make us do this.
I'm just another parent they want to use on a mission.
I'm gonna get you out of here. I don't think so.
But one question remains.
Mr. President, I took an oath to defend this country. I will have to let my son die.
Okay, that was a clip from Crisis, a new show on NBC.
This is kind of the formula.
Oh, honey, it's Hostages version 2.0.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
No.
That said, this trailer is huge. It's like 18 minutes if you watch the full thing, and it looks very intense, but so did
Hostages, and Hostages ended up being not about hostages.
And that's what I'm worried
Well,
about.
have any of you watched the first episode?
No, you
Okay,
have.
I have
That's
watched
true.
the first episode.
So tell
right?
us, give us a little bit more about what it's about.
Well, basically, all of those kids get kidnapped and they get taken to a place they don't know where they are. Some of them had chips in them, and those got removed, and so they basically don't know where they are. One guy is the president's son, And so people think it's maybe because of him, but then they start to realize that all these kids are connected to someone important, like their dad's a CEO and stuff like that.
This is ridiculous.
Or their mom
is
is
some, like,
from the X-Files.
Yeah, or someone ridiculous who has like the power to change a satellite, and then that affects this.
So as the series goes on, I think each of these parents are going to be tested because they get called by the people that are doing it, and so
I'm already over it.
Are you?
This
See,
is like that jail thing you
I kind of feel like it could be good, but then I'm like, I don't really know if this could be good for half a season.
Each story, some parent's gonna get tested and they're gonna save their kid's life, and then it'll go on to the next episode. That's what this show is.
Okay, well, let's move on to the next show, and that is a show called From Dusk Till Dawn. Take a look.
Place of dead roads. Last stop before hell.
You and the rest are just a bunch of sheep sleepwalking to the slaughter.
All right, now everybody be cool. You be cool.
This is a remake of Quentin Tarantino's movie, which is a remake of some
I think a series
60s series.
Yeah.
Don't roll your eye. The Quentin Tarantino movie was awesome. Like, I really loved it when it came out.
Really, we're still doing supernatural stuff. Like, we're still making
You
shows about
watch
this
those movies.
I know.
Anyway, the point is, vampires, voodoo, blah, blah, blah. There's stock, there's cowboys, there's guys who robbed a bank. It's sexy. It's like a brothel turned vampire kind of thing, right? So there's hot people. There's people dying in episodes. I like that there's not much morality in this. It's not like the bad guy who's secretly awesome and would never kill anyone. They're killing people in this show.
Yeah, you're following, the bad guys are like the main characters almost.
And they'll shoot you in the face if you do something wrong. So I like that it's a little bit more risky in that way. I'm not super confident about how it's going to do. I know it has a cult following, so that might keep it going. If you can put up with it, the action's interesting. Tommy can't.
Well, let's move on to a completely different genre, and that is reality, and it's Big Brother Canada. Take a look.
Things in life are humping and fist pumping. What am I gonna do to make me buzzworthy? So I figured I'd just take off my clothes and oil up and see what happens. Vote for BBK and Kenny and I'll show you more.
I decided to break up my alter ego, Paulina. Oh, Lord, you're working. This task is absolutely perfect for me because I am the buzz. I am Canada. I am going to change my outfit every 2 to 3 hours. I want to give Canada the show of their life. Hello.
Here we go. We're back in Big Brother season.
We're not going to be doing updates all the time. Calm down.
Yes, we will. We always do.
Well, I'm sure you've been seeing a lot about this Kenny guy, the gay character, who is going viral for all of his...
Is he?
Kind of. Like, I mean, other...
I could make a really mean joke right now, but that's
the gay sites, like, all over the world have picked up the fact that he's been stripped to his underwear and rubbing oil on him and
It's just like strips. It's just like I feel like it's so typical of gays to do. Like, I do it too, so do you.
But
we're all so shameless.
And here's my question. He's been stripped, someone took off his clothes, or he stripped himself?
He stripped himself.
So here's a model who goes on television and
God.
finds himself oddly naked, almost. At
Oiled up and
putting on
beardy.
onesies, dancing around.
No, but the thing is, they were all each asked to be buzzworthy, and they get extra points for things if they get the most likes and stuff online. And that's what he did to get buzzworthy, and people are talking about him.
I'm sure they are.
So the thing that I like about this season, I'm going to tell you because you haven't been watching it, is there's a big twist. They had a separate room where they had 3 house guests that didn't enter into the main house, and they had Canada vote on which one they wanted them to come into the house. So after they had eliminated the second house guest, one of them got voted back in, and they just went into the house, and the people came in from the backyard, and there was all of a sudden a new house guest.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's not
good.
Patrick was blown by this twist. It was the biggest thing in the world. He's like, and she is gonna go in there, and they're not gonna know what's going on. It was
And the balloons.
I forgot about the balloons. The balloons are the best part.
Freaking excited.
Oh my god.
My favorite thing about this guy is not for me personally, but my newsfeed are full of all these people. Oh my god, yeah, his beard, yeah, he's so hot. I want him to shave, and then I want to see how many people.
You
think
know
he's
how
attractive.
he'll end up shaving it by the end of the season. They'll make him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on from my favorite reality show to Tommy's favorite reality show,
which incidentally falls into gay news.
Of course.
And it's RuPaul's Drag Race season 6, and let's watch a clip of it.
Well, I'm gonna be the greatest star, and nothing and no one will keep me down.
Just a miracle in front of you. there's a bit of pressure because Adore is a singer as well.
I will show you, I'll teach you.
Let me be your star.
Both Adore and Courtney are amazing singers. Shade the Rusical has now become the battle of the idols.
When you love me.
I'm gonna take her down.
So season 6 has started, and I like half love it, and I half never want to watch it again.
Could that be because you half hate the group number 1 and half love group number 2?
It's so the whole thing with the season was the first 2 episodes were. Do you watch it?
I watched the last episode.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the first 2 episodes they split the contestants up. So usually the first episode everyone meets, but in the first one it was 7, and then in the second one it was the other 7, and then the third one they all finally met. So the first group was the worst group of drag queens that I have ever seen in my entire life.
It was like a joke first episode.
I felt like it was a joke. I felt like the production sat and went, you know what? Who are our 7 worst?
So what? They just had no talent?
They were trying so hard.
They were trying so hard. They're really annoying. They're all so young and
So
bitchy. And they're so bitchy for no
so
reason.
let me ask you: have those ones been eliminated or?
Yes, the only ones that the ones that have been eliminated are from
Group
1 so
Okay.
far. Except for the first from group 2 because she had to be blah 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 anyways. But then you've got the second group, which is clear. I felt like I was watching a totally different show.
Anyway, who do you love?
Bianca.
Bianca Del Rey is the
Bianca Del
sassy-
Rio
Yes,
is
actually from the last episode. That was my favorite as well too. She's just the one-liners.
She is. I kind of feel like even Bianca and Courtney are my favorites. Obviously, I'm starting to really like Jocelyn and I really like Milk, but. In talking about Bianca and Courtney, I don't know how these girls can look at them and say, you know what, I got a chance to beat you. Bianca and Courtney are on a completely different level.
They are. And it seems a little unfair. Like, Courtney is this huge
She's a
person
star!
in Australia who just
the Idol one, right?
She was on Australian Idol, and she is really famous already.
She's the RuPaul of Australia. is what
Yeah.
even- and Bianca is just so much
Quick,
smarter
and
and
she's
knows
so
it.
and she's talented. Like she can sew, and her wigs are always on point, and her makeup
doesn't
is
seem
great.
fair.
It is not. It's they're clearly setting this up for a Bianca Courtney showdown at the very end, which is what it has to be. Oh, that first group needs to go, except
they
for
will.
Ben, and then we can just move
Ben
on.
Delacreme is amazing.
Ben Delacreme is incredible. Anyways,
Well, the last thing I wanted to talk about was HBO's Looking, which was the big gay show of the season, and it wrapped up. So, did you guys watch it?
I didn't. I watched it up to episode 3, and then I stopped because I'm gonna binge watch it because they're 20-minute episodes.
Yeah, they're really short, so I mean, you kind of feel like you want more every time it ends. But,
Yeah.
I watched the whole season and I really liked it. Adam, I tried to watch the first episode at my house last weekend.
You would love
and
the first
he freaked
episode.
out. He was like, "I'm not watching this. I hate gay shows," and he had a hissy fit.
I don't like movies or TVs that are gay specific. Like the characters are all gay. That's all that it's about. I get really aggressive when I don't feel like it's being authentic. And like I hear there's not even a bear in this show. Like they won't even really show a real dichotomy of what's involved in gay
There's
life.
3 people that can't fit every single category of.
And do they mostly hook up with guys who look like them, or also like younger, good-looking?
No,
twinks, or
the first episode, like they really tackled things really well. Like we were talking about it in a few episodes ago, our episodes ago. They like handled the threesome really well.
Yeah.
They handled that grinder hookup perfectly.
Yeah,
Like it is.
there's different races. There's
Yeah.
age differences. There's...
And don't forget, they've only had 8 episodes, and they are only 20 minutes long, so you can't really put any as much in there. But I get what you're saying. Like they're in San Francisco, we need to see a bear.
But you have to at least watch one episode to make judgment, I think.
Fine.
Give it 3 episodes. Do my rule. Give it 3 episodes, and then we'll go from there.
You got me.
Okay, by the next episode, Adam will have watched the first episode of Looking. We'll check in with him. So I think that's it for today. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Bye. I miss doing that. It's
You
been
said
so
I had
long.
a panic attack when we were hanging out
Yeah,
on the weekend. He's
I
like,
said-
he was going crazy.
He ran to my computer, tried to turn it
I
off.
can see it.
I just don't need that on air. I don't want to watch it. I wasn't in the right. I don't want to watch a sex. Like, they have sex on the show.
Yes.
I don't want to watch it.
That's not authentic. They don't have
No, but I don't want to watch that with you.